Okay, here we go.
I will fight with honor.
Savjz on the bottom, Vortex on the top. And this is definitely a matchup where I think Paladin should usually be the favorite. Because usually, based on hero powers alone, Paladin is able to out-advantage Warrior in the long run. But we see right now that Warrior does have some key cards, like Harrison Jones, which are crucial in this matchup. So it still can go either way. But so far, Vortex with a very solid start. Turn 1 Zombie Chow to turn 2 Knife Juggler, and there's no Fire Warwick's in hand for Savjz to handle those effectively. Which will mean that he might have to coin out Deathbite.
Yeah, for sure. I think he actually was picking up the Taskmaster, and he probably thought, what if I Taskmaster that Zombie Chow? It's going to be challenged. Both of them are going to be challenged by my Taskmaster, but at the same time, Mustard would just completely destroy that strategy.
Oh man, and the Master for Battle. Now the question is just: does Vortex want to commit even more to this board?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically,
Savjz was able to,
Vortex
yeah.
is now afraid of getting whirlwinded. Like I feel that this matchup as a warrior, you start off by playing from behind, but if you can get the board cleared like 1 or 2 times, then you usually can take the lead after that. But
it is actually very smart not to Master, I think. Just hero powering pretty much does the same thing. You get like 2 minions less, but the 2 minions don't really matter early on anyway. And this way you get to save cards in your hand, which is all like you cannot really run out of cards against Warrior. That's like a death sentence. You just have to try to make the most use out of your hero power as possible.
Take notice though that he dropped the True Silver Champion on the Warrior's turn 4, so he knows Harrison cannot come down yet, and he chose not to attack with it, so he can get the most value of it, and probably bait, so to say, the Harrison into 1 charge only.
yeah.
But what if Vortex just doesn't attack with the True Silver at all? What happens then? Oh man.
It's really sketchy. Yeah, I guess he gets the 2 draws.
Yeah,
And I guess Savjz didn't pop the Armor Smith on purpose so that the True Silver
Yeah.
doesn't come down. But there's going to be a lot of damage if he doesn't start clearing or something.
Yeah, smart that Vortex just plays around that Harrison right now, dealing 4 damage. And already Savjz at 13 health. That's so much damage coming down on turn 5 already.
And he trades with the Lothal. Wow.
Well, he kind of has to. How else is he gonna clear
Well,
it?
thing is, he knows that the Paladin's not going to pull off 6 damage out of nowhere, since it's not possible.
Avenging
but-
Wrath?
Sure, okay,
Yeah.
but
Reporting for duty.
It is possible.
conventionally.
Reporting for duty.
And he has the Shield Maiden, he has the Belcher, he has the Armor Smith, so he's going to get back into the game.
Yeah, now
hopefully.
that the Death Rattle is gone, Vortex feels confident to just flood the board with 1/1s.
Yeah.
And now Savjz must be really afraid for Quartermaster, because that
Yeah, that's really scary
Yeah.
right now.
But there's no way for Savjz to actually deal with those 1/1s properly anyway. He needs to clear the Zombie Chow in order to heal up and then just hope that he doesn't have it. And I guess even if he does have it, the Sludge Belcher kind of counters it
Yeah.
properly. So I guess the Sludge Belcher into Execute Play is pretty decent here. He chooses to go for an Armor Smith though instead. Interesting.
and most likely uses a Cruel Taskmaster to kill 1.
Yeah, he's trying to clear as much as possible.
Yeah, I guess it's fine because this way he deals with 1 more of those 1/1s.
Yeah, and Quartermaster would not be lethal in this case. It'd be 7 damage. So, on Vortex's side, he has an Argus, which you could play, but it's not really that good in this situation. You could probably trade with the Taskmaster, but there's an Equality Consecrate clear if he wants to go for that. But then again, he's not populating the board anymore. He's going to be stuck with those 2 recruits for now.
Yeah.
Oh, he Argus on top? That's interesting. So he kills the Smith. And yeah. I like this play a lot actually.
Yeah.
Over the Consecrate.
Oh,
Oh, that
that's-
clutch top deck. It just goes straight up Belcher?
It's pretty decent, but he doesn't really need to play it. Just Belcher and armor up is kind of safe too.
Yeah, you can trade with a 2-2, so the Ruse still stays alive.
There's the Quartermaster, a little bit too late, but there's still another Master for battle in hand.
Yeah.
So, oh man, is he gonna go for it though? There's Brawl waiting.
Would it be premature to do that? Thing is, he has no other drops.
Yeah, I mean, going for something like Alder just doesn't cut it.
Yeah, like
He basically has to play hoping that there is no brawl, because with that hand, I don't see any other options to continue this.
Yeah, because if Vortex doesn't go aggressive here and try to close out the game early, he might eventually allow the warrior to stabilize again.
yeah, he's gonna go Mustard Quartermaster.
Yeah,
And he's
there's
gonna
Sealed
pop with
Maiden,
you.
Sealed
Oh
Puff.
man, and that's gonna get punished in a big way thanks to Brawl. This is gonna be an insane turn right now.
Ooh, does he pop the Acolyte? No. Okay.
And Vampy and Vortex. He keeps saying Vampy and Vortex. And Vortex can't be happy about that.
Yeah, that's the worst possible outcome, actually. He curved really well for the first 3 turns, but he's run out of fuel right
Yeah.
now. And his minions are too small to keep up with the mana curve. As well as situational. For example, Peacekeepers are
Yeah.
situational.
Basically from here the warrior has all the options open. Like Vortex cannot know what's in the warrior's hand, but I think it's safe to assume we haven't seen any shield blocks, any shield maidens, and even Alexstrasza is possible. So
Yeah.
like the paladin has 1 or 2 turns to try and get a board going. And
Yeah. Especially, Vortex especially needs to draw those high impact minions like Dr. Boom or Tyrion.
yeah,
That's what he needs right now.
Wow. He's going all in with this play. He's literally saying, I need to win next turn. But we can see there's a Shield Master, there's a Belcher, there's an Axe, there's a Shield Block. There's
Yeah.
way too many answers.
A lot of damage being able to prevent it. Still feels fairly confident without getting a lot of armor, just hiding behind the Sludge Belcher.
I was about to say that Silence could probably give him lethal, but it's still 2 damage
Oh,
short.
Tyrion, that's what he needed to stay in this game.
Sort of. There's a Sylvanas, however. If he doesn't get to plow through that taunt, he's not really going to be able to kill the warrior next turn.
The Sylvanas isn't really usually that good against Paladin anyway. Most of the time she just steals something like a 1-1.
yeah.
Yeah, but the pressure of having to play around it as well kind of stops the lethal for a while.
And there's the Alexstrasza.
Oh,
That's big.
so much heal with the 2 armor gains and the Alexstrasza now.
Yeah, there's no direct answer, but you obviously
Yeah.
can stay alive for a long while.
Yeah, I think Savjz must be feeling really good right now. Like, play it slow, play it safe, and
And there's plenty of options for Savjz right now. What do you think is the best one?
It's still quite annoying because once you deal with that Tyrion, he probably knows that he's not going to be able to silence it to deal with it, unless he gets runner top deck to deal with it, and unless he steals it with Sylvanas, Ashbringer is going to come off and deal 15
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, he might just try it to get the Tyrion with the Sylvanas.
Okay.
I think Sylvanas is kinda nice because now the paladin cannot trade his small minions to the Sludge Belcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean the Slash Breach just gonna die to the Divine
Yeah, he
Shield
just trades
Yeah.
the Shield, yeah.
Tyrion.
And you can either trade with the Argus or... Yeah, the Argus is best, so
Yeah.
you keep the body.
Basically
Drops
now the Sylvanas forces the paladin to keep a lot of small minions
Yeah.
alive all the time.
You can also Peacekeeper the Sylvanas. I guess there's an argument for that, and it just keeps on flooding the board.
Yeah.
There's no Brawl left. You can Shredder, Hero Power, and Peacekeeper, which he opted to do.
Oh, you can't Peacekeeper your own Tyrion.
Wow. Well, it's actually next level thinking that he thought of that.
Yeah, that would have been pretty good against
Yeah.
Sylvanas, but unfortunately it's not possible.
He's trying again.
No Vortex, you can't break the game. Not today.
Does he not play though?
Must move quickly.
No, he doesn't. Okay. There's no whirlwind, so it's a long shot to get that Tyrion. But there's an owl now. Wow. If there was a whirlwind, there would be so many plays there. But in this case, he wants to prevent the
He can
Ashbringer for sure.
He could try to get it. He can Taskmaster his Acolyte to get the Whirlwind. Is that possible?
Yeah, but then he can Shield Maiden, which he
Yeah.
wants to.
Yeah.
He could also try to get it with the Sylvanas first. And
If he doesn't, Owl Taskmaster.
yeah,
But then you can Hero Power as well. But
Yeah,
I
that's
guess he
true.
won't in this line of play either because... Oh, he's trading with a Shredder, isn't he? And he might axe a Recruit. So he axes a Recruit, Taskmasters the Sylvanas, so it trades into the Shredder. And there's going to be a 2-1, 2-1-1s, and a Tyrion to pick from.
Yeah.
Since the 2-drop only comes after.
Yeah, so there's a 20% chance.
For a non-taunt minion. Because you silenced the... Oh, he trades into Tyrion. Yeah, that's safest. For sure. He gets the 1-1 and...
I can take the
Yeah.
hit.
It's the most safe play, so... I gotta agree with it. Guess that Peacekeeper's gonna nerf the Shield Maiden.
Yeah. Now that Tyrion got dealt with, Savjz
Are
in
we
a really
gonna-
good spot.
Yeah, are we gonna see Vortex start trading now though? I think he might.
Reporting for duty.
Not many people run Owl in Warrior anymore, and I'm really happy that Savjz does here actually, because it was really important to deny the Ashbringer as
Yeah.
well. The Ashbringer might have eventually done him in.
He's ignoring the minions again. 5 HP on the warrior side. There's a whirlwind. That's actually helpful, I believe. Yeah, he can clear the Belcher, but Peacekeeper and the a Shredder are gonna survive. But he can whirlwind into Alexstrasza, so he's not
Yeah.
gonna die next turn at all.
Yeah, he's going for it. Whirlwind Alexstrasza. Only 8 damage for the Paladin on the board.
Yeah, he needs another 8.
That's a pretty good draw. I mean, as good as it
Indeed,
gets, I
yeah.
guess.
Due to this, he's able to keep on the pressure
Reporting for duty.
and keep on slamming the warrior. He just goes face. Is there lethal potential here?
Well, the slime has to kill the 1-1. The slime
Yeah.
damage is irrelevant.
If there was a second whirlwind though, it's lethal. But I doubt warriors nowadays are running 2 whirlwinds. Especially with Undertaker nerf.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Oh, he's actually
Sure.
going for face.
Savjz has no more heal, so what's he gonna do here?
Does he just have to pray now?
I think he trades the Grom into that. Ooze. Clears the Peacekeeper and the Recruit now.
Keep the 2 Shredders alive, I guess. He has to do it.
Would you trade the Grom or the Alex? I guess the Alex. Because if Grom goes 10-6, you're fine with the 6 HP. Okay. And Consecration is lethal as well as True Silver.
Yeah,
Throw
but if he
Silver.
doesn't have it, then...
BGH comes off the top. That's
oh,
also big.
that's really good.
That's gonna stop lethal unless he gambles with the Ragnaros, which looks really sketchy.
It's
Reporting for
20% Gnaros for the win. Do you believe?
I think he might go for it though. There's no other heal, there's no other play.
Execute to get Doomsayer?
So sketchy. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so rough for Savjz. I'm pretty sure he just has to
Yeah,
YOLO.
he's YOLOing it. Yeah, there you go. Oh god.
Oh
can't
boy,
even
here we
look.
go, 20%. If he gets this, he's the luckiest player alive.
For 20%, really? Are you making him the luckiest player alive for 20%?
Didn't get it, but is it
Almost
Lucia?
looked like it.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
And as expected, Paladin, the favorite in this matchup, proves
Was the
why it
favorite,
is.
but at the same time, we were like expecting the Warriors to win at some point.
Yeah, the Warrior was definitely in a very good spot a couple of times, but eventually the value death rattle.
Yeah.
Oh man. We might actually see. I don't know if I don't actually know. I guess Mage, right? It's fatigue, but yeah, Savjz and
Yeah, I would say that.
Savjz did go for that fatigue Mage, and now
Yeah, I think you can argue that even though we didn't see the mulligan, the fatigue mage probably went for a full mulligan because he has such a bad 4-card starter.
Yeah.
like-
yeah, Flame Strikes usually don't want that early.
Yeah. And even Alex Strauss and that Nova. Nothing to combo with a Nova.
This seems like a really rough start for Savjz and a really aggressive start for Vortex with a double juggler. And Savjz, no answers whatsoever against them. Usually you want to have like explosive sheep
Let me think.
against that, but right now Savjz doesn't have anything. Deathlord would also be pretty good for him. Is Vortex afraid though? Just drop it.
I wonder.
Or are we disconnected again? Oh,
Oh, yeah, you disconnect. That's the bug I was getting before.
Yeah.
yeah. Alright, that's
At least we got the perspective on my screen, but it's not being streamed, so. I can say that Vortex dropped the second juggler in turn 4 and hero powered. And Savjz is just pinging off a recruit. But Savjz has drawn into Doomsayer and big game launcher, so that's going to allow him to be able to clear soon enough. Since there's no silence yet on the Paladin side. So there goes a sort of premature Quartermaster, but just trying to get the damage in as soon as possible before Flame Strike becomes a liability.
Also, all the damage that you can deal while you are not yet frozen is pretty important.
Yeah.
Anytime you face.
So he's forcing a Doomsayer and a Frost Nova on a 3-minion board, so.
now Vortex has the way of dealing with this, but is it actually worth it? He would need to
yeah,
equality and True Sliver.
Yeah, and then his board dies to Cone of Cold,
Yeah,
so you don't really
exactly.
want that.
So I guess he's just sacrificing it.
I think you might True Silver the face. What do you think about that? Just get the damage in as soon as possible. And since you're not playing any minions anyway,
Yeah, I think you have to go with the damage because
Yeah.
like Paladin lacks the reach, which most decks have when
Yeah.
you like reach the late game and you basically have the mage on the ropes. You usually most of the classes have some sort of reach, like 3 damage spell, 4 damage spell, but Paladin lacks all that. So they basically have to get the damage in as soon as possible.
there's Hammer of Wrath, but
Yeah, but I don't think that he
Yeah.
runs it.
Oh, he's going for it.
Move quickly.
is he?
Yes, yes.
He's like, he can't ping all 3 at once, right? But
Oh.
then down
And
comes
this will
Cone
get
of
punished
Cold.
so hard.
I mean, there was Coin Flame Strike, there was Blizzard.
There
was
goes
Coin-
4
Yeah.
damage and inequality.
You might argue that the equality is not really necessary, but with Deathlords in the deck,
Sort of
then
is,
then it might be.
And I think that Alex Strauss is going to be big as well. He's probably going to heal the mage back up later on. Ooh. So he's not going to Cone, he's going to Deathlord this?
Yeah.
Deathlord does die to what's on board, along with the True Silver. But I guess he's just holding on to the freezes for whatever comes off
Yeah.
Deathlord and
Yeah,
so
he
on.
really wants to keep as many AoE spells as possible
Yeah.
in his hand because there is no card draw in the Fatigue Mage, and therefore who knows when the next time it will be where he actually draws into an AoE.
Cone is also a decent answer for an eventual muster for battle. Ooh! Wow!
Oh my god! imagine that would have been in hand or
That is
at some point.
huge!
That would have been a huge difference maker.
Like, you cannot steal the ice block anymore. You cannot steal a duplicate. You cannot stop the mage combos anymore. That is just jaw-dropping. Didn't even expect Kazan Mystic to be in that deck.
Yeah.
Definitely a very nice call. Expecting a lot of mage decks, not
Yeah,
necessarily
exactly. I
hunter
think
decks.
that's a
but,
really good meta call. Considering that Hunter kind of goes out of the loop, Mage can actually become more popular because Hunter was very bad for Mage overall.
And it's actually okay to play it in a deck like Paladin, because Paladin does have a lot of wiggle room with the one-drops that you can play, with the one-offs I mean, the one-offs that you can play. So Kazan Mystic can just be there if he expects a lot of mages, just to counter them.
Down comes the Boom, I suppose, or the Tyrion. Tyrion's more mana efficient, but Boom obviously applies more pressure.
Yeah, he wants to bait a polymorph with a boom, but little does he know there's a big game hunter in the hand of...
Do you think he wants to bait the Polymorph for the Boom? I don't think so. Probably just baiting. He's not baiting anything, just playing whatever he has. There's no baiting here. He knows there's a possible freeze, so whatever happens, happens. He can't really do anything about that.
The Boom is good because it's like resistant to Flame Strike. And Savjz is basically telling with the ping on Sludge Belcher, Savjz is basically telling that he has one Flame Strike.
Well, not exactly, because you're always pinging the guys down to 4 and 3 and 2. But sort of telegraphs that.
Yeah.
At the same time, popping Boom as soon as possible kind of increases your chances of not getting countered by a BGH, but which is not the case in this scenario.
And also the boom bots, if there is a flame strike or something like that, the boom bots still do damage to the face.
Yeah. Which is burned by itself.
But why didn't Savjz play the 0 mana ice block? I don't understand.
What 0 mana ice block?
This one.
That bugged ice block. A Warlock card, man. That's a new Warlock card.
I think that would be pretty great to handlock or something.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Anyway, you can see that Savjz, like, probably didn't really want to Frost Nova that board, but he's already at 13 HP, and he's just risking a lot.
Yeah.
The true silver that we see is on the Paladin side, along with Consecration would be lethal, and he'd be popping the Ice Block if you drop the Ice Block instead. So. Okay, so Polymorphs to play here, but you don't have an AoE freeze. You can trade with the Belcher and Frostbolt to Kazan Mystic, since you top decked it now, but I guess that's
good enough.
Yeah,
good enough. Only leaves the Paladin with 3 damage on the board to actually put up hero power, so unless he wants to go for the ice block.
Now he goes for the hero power. Okay. Takes damage. Another both boom bots hit for 4 in the face. That's huge. That's almost a Pyroblast.
Yeah.
Blizzard, just please nerf these boom bots. It's not even about Dr. Boom, it's just about the boom bots.
Oh, look at this. This is so close to popping the ice block, the Argus plus the True Silver. 1 damage off.
Yeah.
Is he going for it?
It's not a nice block though, so if he had lethal, it would be over right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unduplicate.
But there's no real lethal if you think about it, because Paladin could only reach for 6 more from his hands. So it'd always be 1 short. He doesn't even go for the Argus, so... Okay, he heals himself.
Could just point out the hero power here. Decides to not do it.
He still does an ice block, so... Yeah, that Alexstrasza is going to be duplicated as well.
I've got the beast in my
Do you really want that, or...?
Yeah, duplicated Alexstrasza doesn't really do much, I think.
It might, actually. Since he just healed up because he needed to in a really weird scenario, but now he can Flame Strike, and the damage that he's taking over the next 2 turns, he's going to be able to heal it back up again and stabilize with Sludge Belcher and Ice Block.
Yeah, I guess often enough, duplicating as Alexstrasza doesn't do much because you don't have time to play.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just way too clunky.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to double Flame Strike, this might go on for a while.
In this case, he might heal himself twice with 2 Alexstrasas and deal 15 damage to the Paladin.
Yeah, I mean, Vortex does have a solution with the Elder Peacekeeper against the second Alexstrasza, but not against the third one.
Yeah.
The third one is going to go like, oh man, I have nothing against that.
Eventually a second equality if he runs it, which we're not sure about. But Savjz probably values the Blizzard more since it's a freeze. But at the same time, Blizzard takes care of that entire board. And yeah, he goes for the Flame Strike. It's it's more clunky, costs 7. Blizzard allows for more plays, for more wiggle room. Like, he knows now he can Blizzard coin Sludge Belcher. He still has the coin. So that's a better curve option. So you're going to see a vanilla Harrison come down. Why not Sylvanas, though? Just to make more use of that mana.
Oh, my game froze again. Great.
So annoying. Anyway, you see that Harrison came down and hero power as well. And now it's Savjz's turn. So we'll get that back to you pretty quick. Yeah, Savjz just dropped the Belcher and pinged the recruit. So that Harrison is going to challenge the Belcher. You can also consecrate Thieves, but does he want to? Or you can ignore it and taunts up some stuff.
It's going to be a very uphill battle for Vortex. It's going to be such an uphill battle to just deal with all the heal that
Yeah, and
Savjz
honestly,
still has.
Savjz has stabilized right now.
Not only the 2 Alexstrasas, also the anti-creepers that are still in the deck.
Yep. Now it's like kind of forcing that Blizzard. Or the second Flame Strike even. See what he does. Yeah, I think Blizzard might be coming down here.
Do you think? What do you think about hero powering the Harrison and then coining out Alexstrasza for face?
For the Uplands phase,
Oh, he's going for it!
he healed himself again. for
Is he
5.
healing?
Yeah, I think so.
I was hoping for a more aggressive play.
Yeah, there's only 1 Consecrate left, so there would be no lethal. Unless Consecrate and Argus. 3-7, yeah.
Now there's Lay on Hands for Vortex.
Doesn't
So
really wanna
the
use it,
next
though.
Alexstrasza can be dealt with. At least the damage can be dealt with.
Yeah, it can be suppressed, sort of. And he can just taunt and ignore the Alexstrasza as well.
Yeah.
Or he just ignores this one by taunting up the Sylvanas. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is really annoying for Savjz to deal with a 6-6 Sylvanas. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, you can just kill off the Alexstrasza that has been stolen. Wait, what?
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, well, I guess he wants to keep the Sylvanas alive, actually, to have a big threat on the board that can punch through some damage.
Yeah, and he also knows there's still 1 Alexstrasza left. So
Both players are 12 cards in deck right now, which is curious. So nobody's ahead on cards.
yeah.
But eventually Vortex will. He needs to play Leon Hands at some point. Or else
Does
he's
he?
Well, he will just be in top deck mode, and I think Savjz's top decks overall will be
Yeah,
better than Vortex top decks.
I understand that you're going to run out of resources, but for example, right now Blizzard cannot be played, and there's going to be a lethal on board next turn.
But keep in mind, there's still Ice Block.
Yeah, that's 14 damage on board. I need Drew Belcher to save him from that. The Paladin would need a top deck of 1 damage, which you would have gotten,
Yeah.
but the Belcher top deck kind of stopped that. So Ice Block's not going to be popped yet.
Lay on Hands on the Sylvanas.
Or, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, just to keep it out of range of the Flame Strike once again.
Yeah.
I think he's just ignoring the Fatigue War altogether and assuming he's going to win by pressuring down the Fatigue Mage.
That's right. That's pretty much his only way of winning.
Yeah. So he gets to deal 6 damage, so that's a big swing as well.
The Goldblight Oracles are also pretty bad because they give the Paladin more answers.
Yeah. You see another Blizzard come down.
With the
there's-
double piloted Shredder, which is
Yeah.
insanely good against the board clear. Savjz will try to attempt next turn with a Flame Strike. Let's see if he goes for both Shredders though.
Let me think.
He's thinking about Master, Quartermaster hero power.
Looks like it. Or is he? Alright, he sets up a board for the potential Quartermaster. But now Savjz seems to have a really good turn to clear the board.
Oh, that's cheap.
He doesn't even need to use Flame Strike, he can just go for Explosive Sheep. This way he can also heal himself back up with empty Keelbot.
Yeah, you can cheap and get the Death Orb back up. So the Ice Block's not gonna be popped. Next turn still. Can also heal, yeah.
Yeah, the heal pretty much fulfills the same role as the taunt. It's 8 heal, but he chooses to go for the more expensive one first to be more mana efficient.
Yeah. Consider the Paladin is short in cards now. He has 3 cards left. If Savjz manages to deal with all of his mid-range and bigger creatures, then the Mage has a big chance of winning here. The Coghammer's a good drop, so that Treasure's even more annoying. And down comes the second one.
Or you just use Coghammer here, maybe? I
That
mean,
Patient
I
Assassin.
think you're gonna get better use out of the Coghammer than that right now.
Your
Yeah,
game bugged
yeah.
again.
What?
Your game bugged again.
Oh my god.
Yeah, meanwhile, he did play the Coghammer. He went for face with it. He killed the heal bot.
What is going on today? Why is your spectator client working and mine
It
isn't?
wasn't before. It kept bugging like yours is right now.
Oh well. Sorry about that, boys.
Anyway, we're back in. We see a Patient Assassin. We see a sheep. That sheep used to be the second Shredder. No longer is, as we can see. And that Patient Assassin is actually quite annoying because I think Savjz wanted to play the Death Lord last turn, and he didn't due to that. Oh, that's a huge top deck actually. Allows him to keep his second Flame Strike and no, but
Choose
he
to go for a Flame Strike,
just
though.
goes for the Flame Strike. Okay, that's curious.
Yeah, he just wants all the minions gone. Otherwise, he wouldn't been able to clear
The mini bot,
the mini
but
bot.
there would be no lethal still. There's no true silvers left. There'd be 4 damage on board. There'd be no lethal, so.
Yeah. Now Savjz is running out of clears. He still has the sheep, but it only does 2 damage.
I think he still has at least 1 Frost Nova left, doesn't he? I'd say so.
Yeah.
And maybe a second cone if he plays it. So 5-1 cards right now, 4-1 on Savjz's turn. There's no Flame Strike to deal with this, and wow.
Echo of Medivh doesn't actually. Well, it can clear the board.
Does he Oracle into a Nova?
He needs a sheep and echo the sheep, basically.
Oh, right. Echo and ping it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Then he's 3 damage short, and 1 damage short with Consecration. So Ice Block still doesn't get popped, so. Yeah, but I think the most, for example, if you went for sheep, echo, second sheep, you probably would lose in the long run anyway. Whereas with this player gambling to get another freeze, and he didn't get it though.
And Vortex in fatigue mode already. The last thing the only thing he can do right now is win with the threats that he has in his hand, and doesn't look that great.
Okay. So that S
There
block
is-
is getting popped.
There is no second ice block for Savjz, so there's basically this turn.
Not again. Ah. I hope this doesn't keep happening more.
Reporting for duty.
Almost out of cards.
Heal and taunt, but how does that help him? Should have 8 plus 8. So basically, imagine he heals for 16. He'd be at 17 health. 17 health. You could be able to ping the Iron Beak Owl. 12, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, the Paladin would be 1 damage short. I think Savjz can win here.
Maybe.
Because that extra draw makes the Paladin lose the game. Like
Yeah.
that 19 HP. Wow, wow. Seriously.
Keep in mind that Savjz has only one card in his deck left.
Oh yeah, he would kill himself as well. Could he not draw maybe? What about a draw here, guys? That'd be sick. Does he realize that probably the only way to not lose the game is to tie it right now?
Yeah.
Time runs out.
Might be.
Okay, so skill botting. Oh. Really?
Wait, how much damage is this?
Is that, no, that's not lethal.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh man. I would have wanted to see that scenario where he could draw the game.
By the way, Ignite, I can no longer hear you from this.
You can't?
I can.
I can.
I've never heard the middle person on my headset either.
Oh.
But can you hear me like if you make an effort or?
It has both mage and warrior, which both can do pretty great against druid. Especially the mech mage can be really annoying to deal with if you don't get an early start as druid.
Yeah, in theory, Druid can beat pretty much every class, but sometimes it just dies to its own bad draw.
Yeah.
If you don't get the proper curve, or just get the combo pieces too early, and just fill up your hand with dead cards, then yeah, the Druid can definitely lose to himself.
I feel even in this matchup, the druid has some problems because if the opponent, no matter what class it is, gets a board going, it's really hard to come back as a druid because you don't have like reliable board clears. Swipe does something, but it's usually not enough when all the minions have 3 or 4 health.
Yeah, usually what the Druid wants to do is just have the better minions on the board and being able to push for damage earlier, like going for face, so you can eventually close out the combo. But that allows the Paladin to just trade the minions of the Druid, and this is where Hawkhammer actually comes to play in a big way as well. This is also a really a very good card in this matchup for the Paladin, because you can kill a minion off, get a taunt up, and not lose your own minion.
Yeah.
Cheering so hard. I think you probably hear this from our microphones as well.
I guess it's 3D Max, the Finnish team, playing right now.
What team?
3D Max.
3D Max, okay.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to them.
Right, they should really try to start cheering for Savjz. He's gonna need it right now.
Yeah.
Savjz
Yeah,
0-2
can he make
behind.
the reverse sweep with Druid? Honestly, it's possible. One class that can do it is Druid for sure.
Yeah, Druid definitely has the means to do so. It can beat everything. But it can also lose to everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, his Druid would have to deal with Warrior, which is very possible. With this Paladin, which is also very possible. And with a Mech Mage, which is probably going to be the toughest opponent for this thread. So there's 2 possible matchups. 2 possible good matchups, I mean, in a very tough one. for Savjz to
Well,
win.
Vortex did really great with his mech mage. He went 6-0 in the group
Off
stages.
stream though, I want to see it on stream. I want to cast that Mech Mage.
So you,
He's not showing it to us. He's being mean.
so you're saying that Savjz should just, yeah, Vortex should just concede this game?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Out of love for our fan base.
Well, if Vortex wins, we might see the mech match in the finals. Who knows? By the way, is there any update as to the Blackout versus Number Guy match?
Let me check. Yeah, okay, so we have a finals already. It seems that came down to a 5-game series, and Number Guy did prevail over Blackout. So Number Guy's in finals, and Blackout will be playing the 3rd place match versus Vortex or Savjz. Looking like Savjz right now, but I don't want to make that call yet.
Yeah, don't count your chickens before they're
Yeah.
hatched. Drew definitely has the means of coming back.
Wow, that Peacekeeper on Keeper.
Ancient of Lore, definitely a card that Savjz needed right now. Get some important pieces.
He made himself vulnerable to swipe here, though. So he might innervate into... Yeah, gonna kill him from Ambu later. And there's no True Silver on the Paladin side, at least, to deal effectively with that lore.
Yeah, but the other Peacekeeper at least is able to disable that Ancient of Lore a little bit.
Yeah, I guess if he wants to. It's a second Peacekeeper as well, so kind of leaves him out of future options for other big minions. You can also Juggler and Lotheb, and if he pings the lore, he can trade, or Juggler and Quartermaster, or just Quartermaster straight up. Yeah, HP anyway, so just trying to pressure down the Druid. Because how can Druid actually deal with this board?
Yeah,
there was no swipe last turn, which would have come down if he had it.
And even if he had the swipe,
So there
Oh,
is a
man.
force of nature, but that only deals with one guy, pretty much. Yeah, 2 guys with hero power, so you can kill 2 3/3s with your force of nature hero power and the other one with your lore. You'd be down to 12 and there's a Quartermaster on board. But how do you get lethal? Also, combo druids nowadays are running like, from what I've seen, they're running 1 force of nature, 2 savage war, so
Yeah.
if Savjz is running only 1 force of nature and goes for that force of nature right now, he probably doesn't have a win condition left. So how can he win the game from this point on?
This is the exact situation what you hate as a druid player, when you have like 3 or 4 minions with more than 2 HP on the board. It's really
Yeah.
hard to come back.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you can try taunting up, but then if they have Black Knight or something, you
Well, if you're
nearly
running
dead.
Ram, you might be able to outvalue them with Ancients
Yeah.
of War if there's no Black Knight, but otherwise you're in a really bad spot.
I don't even think that Savjz is running Agents of War in this deck.
Yeah, I don't believe so as well. So I guess we're going to see Lotheb keep the tempo up. He was pondering that Peacekeeper, but he goes for the Juggler. No Lotheb at all. Wow.
the Lotheb would have prevented the combo. But I guess
Yeah, and combo
Vortex
helps
is not
here.
afraid of dying right now.
Is he not? If he doesn't trade, it's probably lethal. Nah, he's trading for sure. 23 damage with combo right now. What if... No. If he had 10 mana, I would say, what about Innervate top deck? That would
Yeah.
be lethal, but he's not in the position for that top deck yet. And he probably has to go for combo just to stay alive.
Yeah, the combo can clear the board pretty effectively here. But at the same time, Druid will lose all of his minions, except for the Lotheb. Oh man, this is really rough for Savjz. Because using your win condition to just board clear and not even really putting a great board not really putting a great board down, that's got to be so rough. It's pretty much just a losing mentality.
Let's see what he opts to do though.
There might be other options, but I don't really see any.
What about keeper? I don't think so. Yeah, he's going for combo. There's no other way.
So the Trent dealing with the 3/3s.
Time waits for no one.
The low tap will run into the 2/2.
So he's down to 5 health. He would lose to event in that possible True Silver consecration, but we know the Paladin doesn't have that right now.
I guess just play Sylvanas. Yeah.
If the Paladin had played the Lothar last turn, he probably would be winning this
Yeah.
turn,
I think so
most
too.
likely. Because there's no real way for the Druid to have come back from that.
Reporting for duty.
We're gonna see it sounds here. I suppose so. It's gonna keep him alive for a little while longer.
Where shall I strike?
Interesting choice to play the Creeper, just in general. Like, I'm surprised to see that card in the deck.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I just noticed that that card's not supposed to be there usually. So, what's his actual reasons behind it?
I don't know.
I wonder. Does he run Druid of the Fang?
To make no, probably to make Savjz
Not in the
better.
big game hunter
Yeah.
meta.
Seeing the keeper makes me feel that Savjz might actually run 2 Force of Natures too, and play more combo heavy.
Oh man, there's so much beef on the board for Vortex. How is Savjz ever going to deal with this? Swipe, does it help?
Nope, not enough. Well, you got Savage Roar actually. Would that help? Swipe
It kind of helps.
the Sylvanas, Roar,
Yeah, you can clear board.
trade both into Lothar. I think you still lose. Because you're forced to face tank to get the second 5/5 out of the way. Or not. Yeah, you are. If you swipe one of the 5/5s, you have to Savage Roar, trade both minions into the other 5/4, and face tank into the 5/5, in which case you lose the game. So what other option does he have? If he swipes the Sylvanas, if he keepers the Lothar, trades both into Lothar, Sylvanas still survives, so it's still a liability. Yeah, he just silenced the Sylvanas. Oh! He silenced the Lothar so they could...
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I thought he was about to silence the Sylvanas and Hero Power, and the Paladin would be 1 damage short, but this is
Oh.
obviously better.
It actually would have been lethal because of Cockhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Paladin on the verge of actually eliminating Savjz. Vortex, strong performance overall, but Savjz still hanging on by a thread. But hanging on doesn't win Druid the game. What can Savjz do to actually turn this around?
Even if he heals up with a lore, he just runs out of fuel. And we see that Paladin still has a Leon answer.
Reporting for duty.
Doctor Boom's not enough.
Yeah, but the Savage Roar will allow
Yeah,
Savjz
yeah,
to
yeah,
clear
that's
the
true.
Harrison.
That's so much though, like Roar and Keeper, that's 2 for 1. Guess he has to do it.
Yeah, it's the only way to stay in this game.
And he still is in the game, to be honest. But Thing is, I think he wants to draw with the Lord because he's just running out of fuel. Oh, that Belcher, man. What a clutch top deck. But he might just heal to get himself up on cards. He heals back up to full. And there's no Roar left, so there's no combo.
Well, there's True Silver. So all that Vortex has to do is attack phase, and then
Yeah.
Savjz will be forced to heal up if he predicts the True Silver. And judging from this attack, this pretty much signals clearly True Silver.
Yep. Does he wrath that? I don't think so. I think you want to keep your removal. You got to heal for sure, but then you got your hero power, which you can kill the recruit with, or you can force the boom bot. But I think you want to keep the boom bot, unless you expect mind control tech. But we haven't seen any mind control tech from the Vortex's Paladin at all.
I guess he's going to draw first.
There is a chance he draws a taunt.
Nope. Most useless card in the deck.
What?
There you go. Most useless card in the deck. Innervate.
Hey, Innervate can hero power. One more health.
Did he do it? No, he
Why didn't he do it? I guess
Why
he
not?
didn't want to reveal the card, maybe. But there was no point to not do it, I think.
He's bluffing.
Yeah, there is
with
like
that Innervate.
nothing he can draw that would require him to use Innervate next turn.
Unless second... Wait, he played both Ancients
Yeah.
already.
There's no
Yeah.
possible bluff either by keeping that card. So
Yeah.
what card would hurt the Paladin in this scenario? Like literally nothing.
Unless there were something like... Oh, sorry. Unless there were something like Katkesan, Auctioneer. But like... That seems really unlikely.
Off comes the second Dr. Boom on the other side, and a hero power.
Reporting for duty.
And we have pretty similar boards. There was a Roar left that would have been lethal,
Yeah.
for example, but no such thing right now. This is so risky. If those two Boombots hit face for 5 damage, that's true silver lethal. It also looks very unlikely, of course. Not sure about pinging that recruit first. Since you don't want to hit the Dr. Boom. What so many shots, man. They all blocked off each other. You can see that Paladin is down to 15 HP, sure, but Druid only has 8 plus hero power.
Yeah.
There's an equality, there's a juggler. Guess going for juggler, hero power, Argus, and try to juggle those 2 minions.
Reporting for duty.
Nope. One goes face, and the other goes... Where exactly? No, now he's pondering just dropping the True Silver. That's such a huge gamble, though, if you just drop the play you were going to go for originally.
For Argus.
Wow, he missed 2 66% in a row. That's pretty rough. And the Druid's still not dead by 1 damage.
But the Druid is like hanging on the threads here.
Yeah, every
Like,
single thread there is.
without the Argus, something like Ragnaros could
I
have been...
Yeah,
Savjz has been hanging on for by a thread for 10 turns now.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
It's amazing how he still managed to survive. Oh man, and there it is.
And there you go.
There's the lethal.
Oh, poor Savjz, just getting in the way. 12 and 1 in this tournament. 12 and 1, it's a pretty good arena run, right?
Yep. I guess he's gonna get some packs and some goals and gonna go home.
Yeah,
right?
Savjz had a pretty good performance in this tournament. Almost came close to actually be a 2-time assembly winner, but unfortunately his journey to the victory road ends here.
Vortex so happy, as you can see.
Savjz
Feels like, yeah.
Savjz obviously still has the chance for 3rd place and get some prize money
Yeah.
against Blackout.